What's up, everyone? Ooh, three people waiting on me in the house. Hey, hi, Joshua G. Welcome to Barefoot Gardening's live stream. My name is Letitia, by the way. I think you're new in the live. Welcome. So I'm glad that you're here. We're just gonna give a few other people to come on in. Hi, said, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, Bernita. Hey, good to see you, Bernita. How is the weather? How's the weather where you all are? It is cloudy and kind of just sprinkling today for me. And it's cooled down like a lot, like in the mid 70s. Actually right now it is, well, it's 81 right now. So it's warmed up a little bit since the last time I saw. Sunny and hot in Texas. Okay. Y'all just got all that rain and it's coming this way too. So that's what we're starting. I was hearing all last week hearing about everybody getting rain, and we weren't gonna getting anything. It was so hot and dry. And now we're starting to get all the rain. So thank you all for sending that our way, because we really did need it. Like, we went, I don't know what the record is, but I'm pretty sure at least 3 weeks without rain. And it had been in the 90s plus. It's just nasty. Nasty heat, muggy. Yes, it is humid. It is definitely humid outside here as well. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Yes, it is muggy. It's hot. But it's cooler because the sun's not out. The clouds are black on the sun. Um, and hey, Diva, welcome. So glad you were able to make it. I look forward to having all of y'all here with me. This is so cool. Vernita says it's muggy, nice breeze. Is sitting here under a tree. Ooh, good. Speaking of sitting outside, I'm so glad that y'all have the um honor, the privilege of doing that. And So we're going to kind of talk about that today, believe it or not. The name of my chat, or the stream today, I'm sure y'all are like, what the heck is she talking about? Yep. I have O positive blood. That's my blood type, O positive. So I can pretty much donate to anybody. And I'm pretty sure it's O positive. Yeah. And I can pretty much donate my blood to anybody. But if I'm in trouble, we might have an issue. So, which is interesting because I feel like that's not like boasting or tooting my own horn, but I feel like that's just like my life. I give and give and give. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Joshua said that he's O negative. Okay. Yeah. And I just got a YouTube notification said you're live now. I've never gotten a YouTube notification before that says I'm live. I don't know what that was about. I feel like YouTube is just weird right now. Like, I know they're going through a lot of transitions, with policies, community guidelines, and things like that. Like, they're about to take away Messenger on YouTube, and they just made a lot of changes. If you have under 1,000 subscribers, or you can't go live on your mobile devices anymore. That's been for a while, but it's just like they're nitpicking and stuff. I don't know, whatever. It's their business. They can do what they want, right? Um, let's see. Diva says, good to see y'all. It surprised me in rain this morning. Now watering. Yes. Oh my gosh. No water toting. Yeah, I hand water everything as well. So I can understand how that feels. To have to hand water everything, and it's hot and you're toting water to and fro. Yeah. Yeah. But you make several trips. I saw that in one of your videos. Yeah. YouTube is doing more than they can handle. Well, this is definitely a platform, and um, you know, I understand that you have to make changes sometimes, but yep, yep. Instead of seeds, you sending out quarts of blood. Actually, I have been getting a lot of phone calls from the American Red Cross lately asking to donate blood, and I do every year get those calls. I stopped donating blood after I had a child. I don't know what triggered that, what line of events might have happened to trigger that, but I have not given blood for almost 4 years, and I used to do it all the time. And I do remember, without I do remember them asking me when I was breastfeeding my child if I would give blood, and I was like, no, because everything is supposed to be sanitized when you go and all that kind of thing. I just didn't want to risk anything, and plus I was having some other medical issues, so I just didn't feel comfortable doing that. And you don't have to. I mean, if you don't feel like comfortable doing anything medically, you don't have to do it. Now, if it would save my life, I definitely want to consider that. But yeah, I haven't donated in a while. Let's see. We would sing out a search for you if you need it. We have your back. Okay. I'm not sure, Suzette, what you were talking about. What was I talking about? I don't know. She said we'd send out a search. But I know y'all got my back regardless. Um Thank y'all for that. Y'all are pretty dope people. Hey Angela. Angela's Busy Bees Garden and Angela's Garden Sense is in the house. Hey, what's up? Good. It's afternoon here. Good afternoon. It's good to see you all. Yes, everybody's saying hello to Joshua. Thank you for saying hello to Joshua. It's good to see him here. And I'm not going to be long because I have a ton of things to do today before the swearing in of my husband. He just was appointed school board member. So we have a lot to do. And I'm trying my best to help him and support him in that as we're getting some things together. So I'm not gonna be gone, but I had to hang out with y'all because I haven't seen you in about 3 days. I released a video yesterday, but when I work during the weekend, I miss y'all. I really do. So I want to know what's going on in your gardens. But we're gonna talk about the fact that I'm type O. I have type O blood and what that means in relation to the garden because I think this is a kind of a cool thing. And I've heard this before, but and I haven't done. I'm doing more research on this because it's kind of interesting how our bodies work, but also how our bodies attract insects. And one of the things that happened this morning when I was outside, it had rained a little bit. The ground is wet. All my containers are wet. And thank you so much, Miss Angela, for that. Congratulations. Thank you so much. And you love the hairstyle. Really? My fro? Well, thank you. It must look it's a little, I think, I don't know. All I did was put some water on it. Y'all, it's bad. I used to try to do all these things with my natural hair when I first went natural. I've only been natural for mm, maybe about 5 years, something like that. I think it was right before Karina came. Yeah, four. She's about to be 4 in December. So yeah, maybe about 5 years. I've only been natural, and I feel like my hair's changed a lot. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. But thank you for the compliment. Really appreciate that. And let's see. Joshua says that he started some of his fall garden, but he switched to a square foot garden raised bed. Good. Yeah. I think you should do whatever works for you. Or if you don't even know what works as you're figuring it out, I think that's the fun part. Trying to figure out what's going on. I have a few raised beds and I love raised beds. But this is my first year growing in the ground. And I love that too. Like I really love that. I really feel like I have to water. I don't have to water as much when they're in the ground. They still need water, so sometimes you have to help them out. But I feel like they're healthier. The plants stand taller. I have uh four, five, six, seven. I think I got like 7 tomato plants in the ground right now still. And I have 5 okra plants in the ground. And I have beans in the ground. And so those are really, really doing well. I love that. But raised beds are great. I think raised beds are great. What are you growing in your fall garden, Joshua? What are your plans? Um, thank you, Miss Angela. I need to look at the square foot garden to learn more about it. Yeah, square foot gardening is really cool. I might do some more videos on that because I really, when I first started gardening, I bought the 4x4 raised bed, and the idea is that you can grow more food in the space versus growing in rows. Okay, so you can actually grow more food per square foot than you could if you were growing in rows. Yeah. And typically, when we hear farming or gardening, we think of a land plot with rows. Okay, so the square foot gardening method kind of challenges that, and I mean, I like it. I like it a ton, and it's true. You can grow more in a square foot than you can in a row. Um, for most vegetables, Um, let's see. I need to look at the square foot. Let's see. Okay, guys, it's an interesting concept. I want to hear about this hair. We must talk some other time. Yeah, we should. And I have conversations about my hair all the time, and I'm not happy with it. I love natural. I will never go back. I will never, because I had relaxed hair. My hair was halfway down my back. And don't let this fool you, okay? Because you know how shrinkage is. If anybody knows anything about natural hair, okay, you just have to, yeah, it kind of shrinks up when it's dry, but ugh, yeah, yeah, it needs to be trimmed though. I tell you that much. Them ends, um, but yeah, let's see what else. In the ground gives the best results from my experience. I mean, I really feel like that is. I don't know if about the best results, but I definitely can tell a huge, huge difference. Definitely. And so I love container gardening. Hey, Miss Fuller Roller, how are you? Miss Full Roller. Good to see you. I love container gardening, and I believe that container gardening is great. And if that's all you have, that you should do it. I want to encourage people that want to garden and do it any way you possibly can. Don't not garden because you don't have a plot of land or some ground area. If you live in an apartment building, you have a windowsill. You can even garden indoors, and obviously you're going to use containers to do that. So I do a little bit of everything. There are pros and cons to everything. So maybe we'll talk about that too, because definitely, as a beginner gardener, I can definitely tell you some things I don't like about container gardening, but some things I love about container gardening. And the same now within the ground versus not in a raised bed or something like that. Shrinkage is real, diva. Good afternoon, Melanie. Good to see you. Welcome. Let's see. Yes, Angela's busy bee. She says she agrees. Suzette says that I like containers, less bugs to me. Okay. Yeah. The creepy crawly things are always going to get in there, like the ants and the spiders, because they can climb up stuff. But you're right. You're right. Now, when you move the container, though, you may have some creepy crawly things underneath it. So sometimes I watch out for that. You always have centipedes. Is it just me? Is that just a ton of centipedes always hanging out, underneath the pot? And I guess even on the concrete. Like I will have a ton of centipedes, not a ton, but I don't expect them to roll out from under there. And then those roly poly things, what are they called? What are roly polies really called? There's an actual technical name for them. I can't remember. Peel bugs. Thank you. Yep. Yep. That is totally true. Thank you, everybody. Everybody's saying the same thing. Good. But yes, I am type O. Okay, blood. I have type O blood, and one of the things that I learned early on was that I am very sweet to bugs. Bugs love me. I don't know. And for a long time, I didn't get it. And I'm still learning about it. But in the garden, when you're out in the garden, what do? We typically sweat. right? Because we're lifting things, we're carrying things, we're working in the heat. And when we sweat, I mean, we don't have to be sweating, but when we sweat, our body definitely secretes. It's trying to literally get cool. Our body is. That's why we sweat. And so when we're sweating, bugs can also smell or scent certain things that our body is giving off when we sweat. So some of those things are like ammonia, okay, lactic acid, uric acid. And uric sounds like we almost talking about urine, and you're right. Okay. But when we sweat, our body does all kinds of things, and it produces an odor, which triggers a lot of things in our bodies and a lot of things in the environment. But one of the peskiest pests that I cannot stand in the garden, I mean, I cannot, and really, they ran me out of my garden this morning. They ran me out. I went out there for 5 minutes. I mean, and had bites. I mean, I got about 4 bites on my arm, and they tore up my ankles. Is mosquitoes. They are the peskiest pests. And it's really hard. Like, you try to control them. So like, I try not to have a lot of standing water. If I used to have a bird bath, but I put it in the front yard so it wouldn't be in the backyard. Or, that standing water. Then I found out about mosquito bites or bits, mosquito bits. I wish I had it in the house, but you can put these little pellets in the water, and it's supposed to help kill the bugs before they're big enough to bite, or the mosquitoes before they're big enough to bite. It is safe for your garden. I don't know if it's considered organic, but I know a lot of organic gardeners that use it. Matter of fact, I watched Cheryl's Organic Food Forest. If you have not checked out her channel, she has a beautiful food forest. Beautiful. But I learned about mosquito bits from her. She uses those because she collects rainwater. And so she sprinkles a little bit in there, and she said that she doesn't have problems with mosquitoes. Because you can create a factory if you have a lot of standing water. I do have a container outside, and that's probably the issue, that is full. I started a compost, my first time composting, and I totally bombed it and people are like, "Oh my God, Letitia, how did you mess up composting?" Like, it's the simplest thing to do. And I'm like, well, when you put a bunch of stuff in there and you have no holes in the container, that means air can't get through. And if it's open and it rains, it gets oversaturated, and then it creates a stinky odor, and I could not ever recover from that stank odor. And so I let that sucker go. It filled up with water with this nasty stuff in the bottom of it that was composting, stuff that was rotting. And so that was an issue for a long time, and it's still out there, to be all honest. I hate looking at it. I hate dealing with it. It's interesting how the garden will completely allow you to be aware of some things that you about yourself. And like, I've been here lately, especially, like, I don't know what it is. Not lately. It didn't just happen. Let me be honest. But I just avoid stuff. I don't want to deal with it. Like, I got 1,000 other things to do. So guess what? You're not one of those, and I'm totally avoiding you. Matter of fact, I hate even walking past you. Okay, and that's how I feel about that container out there in the garden. I don't even want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to hear your voice. I don't want to hear nothing. Like, I don't want to look at you. Nothing. Right? And that's how I feel about that container. It just, because it reminds me of failure. And it reminds me of, ooh, I'm getting real deep on y'all real quick, ain't I? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. We supposed to be talking about blood types. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna go there. But composting isn't always easy. Yeah, I had a hard time getting mine to heat up. Diva said that. Yes, I've had a cold one and I've had a hot one before. And I mastered the hot one. And I know I've mastered it because I do use a trash can now. It does have holes in it, a separate container, and it is open. However, there is a ton of drainage. So it's draining out when it gets wet, and it has reduced. I mean, I had it filled all the way up to the top, and it's like half of the trash can now is I mean, it's composted down. So that's a hot compost. I actually had a hot compost going through the winter time last winter, and I was so pumped up about that that I actually was able to have a hot compost going on outside and it snowed. Okay, and it was I just made a big old heap in my 4x4 raised bed. And I have two now, but at the time I just had that one, and I had a hot compost going there in the snow. It was so cool. So yeah, composting is definitely hard. Diva says I'm doing a video on dunks. It is organic. Okay. So when I was talking about the mosquitoes, is that what you're talking about? Hey, Backyard Gardener, welcome. So sorry I didn't see you come in. But yes, so um, Miss Full Roller says that she got hers in a composter. She tried an open pal before. Okay, and it didn't work out. And the tumblers, yeah, I've heard all kinds of things about the tumbler, so I'm not ever getting a tumbler. I really like the trash can. I really like the heap. If you can just find a spot in your yard where you dump it, right? But just make sure you cover it. Don't have open, like, you just dump food scraps and then it's just there, like you're not covering it with leaves or soil or something. Coffee grounds, that's what most of mine, the coffee grounds really speeds up the composting. And you can get free coffee grounds at Starbucks. You can just walk in, they literally have them sitting out for you, for gardeners. Okay, you don't even have to ask for them. They're sitting, they bag them, sit them out, and it literally has a sticker, a little, real cute sticker that says garden for gardeners. Okay. I'm scared of composting. It draws too many rodents. And I've been composting for 3 years. It can draw rodents. That's why you don't put bones and you don't put meat in there. I would never do that. Okay, it can, but again, if you're burying and at the worst is squirrels for me, and I have squirrels everywhere. But that's it. I don't ever see. I don't. And we have a nasty. I tried to get him on camera the other night or the other morning when I was up early. I mean, I was up early. It was like 6:45, 7. I was out at my car ready to go to teach class, and there was a nasty little oh God, what is it? Oh, possum. But he wasn't in my trash. He did not come to my trash. He did not come to the composting area. He couldn't get in. And actually, my composting area is outside of. It's right. It's like up against my fence in the driveway. So it's not that. But again, if you bury it with coffee grounds, soil, or leaves or something, bury your food, it won't attract rodents that much. The worst is squirrels trying to dig and just find stuff. That's what happened to my heap. But again, it wasn't out of control. And then flies. So as long as you bury it, you should be good. Um, let's see. I need to get some Starbucks and rack up on coffee grounds. Yeah, yeah. Go to the Starbucks and rack up. I got about 4 or 5 bags outside right now. And when I went in, there was a lot, but I was like, I can't lift all these. So a guy lifted them for me. But at that time, I had about 6 bags of coffee grounds, and they put them in a big trash bag for me. And this guy carried it out for me. It was really nice. Um, and so, type O blood, mosquitoes almost always. If you have type A blood, you're almost safe. But there's been a few studies, but just one that I followed, one or two that I've been following about, or when I was doing my research, I was just finding stuff. But they all say the same thing basically. If you have type A blood, you're less likely to get bitten by a mosquito. You're still going to get bit, but you're less likely. And then if you have type O blood, O positive or O negative, you're 2 times more likely to get bit by mosquitoes than type A folks. Okay. And so because I'm type O, they like run to me. I mean, I looked down. I tried to be still just to see, and I really wish I could get it on camera, but I was so weirded out by it. Like, and I started to, how your skin just kind of crawls when you see certain things. I started to like itch everywhere. I was like, oh my God, I'm going in the house. I literally went outside. I was trying to pull a plant out of a pot, and that still had roots. I cut the plant back, but I was trying to get it cleared out of the pot so I could use it to plant peas because it's raining, the soil is wet, and I didn't have to water. So I was gonna pop some peas in real quick, but I forgot to pull this plant out. So I cut it back, was trying to get the root system out, and then all of a sudden I just noticed like just mosquitoes. I mean, like I feel like all of them just came after me, and they were hovering around my pants and my ankles, and a couple got me on my arm, and I was like, ugh, like I just cringed watching. I mean, it was probably like 10 mosquitoes attacking me. It was crazy. And so yeah, it's like you get bit so fast and so many times. And so like yeah, they tore up my ankles. And here's why. They this is why they go after your ankles and your feet. Okay? They love your ankles and your feet because your body not only is secreting that lactic acid, that uric acid, and ammonia, especially if you're sweating or if it's hot, and the more elevated your body temperature, the more they are attracted to you. So if you're pregnant and type O, I don't know what you're gonna do when you in the garden. You know what I'm saying? You just need to like wear a net around you. Okay, because pregnant women tend to have an elevated body temperature. Okay, and so, but the reason why they attack your ankles and your feet so much is because bugs in particular, but specifically mosquitoes, are attracted to bacteria. Bacteria on your skin, mixed with all the release of the lactic acid, the uric acid, and the ammonia. All of that attracts them, and that's why they go for your feet and your legs, because your feet and your legs tend to have a different type of bacteria composition than the rest of your body, because your feet and your ankles and your feet are closer to the ground, and so we pick up a whole lot of stuff when we're walking, right? But they love that. They love to eat that. And they actually suck our blood, not just to be doing it, but they're actually trying to eat. That's how they eat, because they extract protein from our blood, okay? And that's how they stay big and fat and healthy, okay? And alive, because they're eating to get protein from our blood. Isn't that interesting? And I swear I'm not one of those people that are like real technical and chemical and scientific and researchy, but I was just like, why in the I just wanted to answer the question for myself. Why do I always get bit by mosquitoes? Why do they always attack me? Because I feel like I'm just always. Another thing that actually came up on a one site that I was looking at as a myth, but then I found like three other articles that supported that this is actually a fact. Mosquitoes are attracted to color. So if you are wearing like dark colors like black, which I do all the time, like a dark blue or red, they can actually find you faster. They can see you. So today I'm wearing this shirt, and part of me was like, it's bright, right? But it's like a neon pink. I don't know if y'all can see that. But I have on denim leggings, and they're dark denim leggings. And so I know that's why they were attacking my legs, because of the darkness. They can see me walking around, and they can. Okay, little big girl farmer is supposed to be in her bed asleep, and for some reason she's in here with some books. So give me 1 second. 1 second, peeps. I got a lot of books. Okay. She said she today was her first day at preschool. And so we got home, we ate some lunch, and she was complaining she's tired. So I was like, it's time for a nap. If you can hear her crying, I'm so sorry, but that's what she does. Hey, 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 cut it out. Love you. Get under the covers. Close your door, please. Okay. I'm just going to let her be. I told you I'm not going to be on here long anyway. But yes, so let me see what y'all are saying real quick. She loved preschool. Yes, she did. She had a wonderful day. Matter of fact, she cried because we had to leave. She cried because she had to leave. Hey, Dee Dee. What's up, Dee Dee? Good to see you. Um, yep. One of your favorite shirts to wear is red. Well, and I'm not saying you don't have, I mean, don't wear it, but if you are type O and then you're also wearing these colors, you're probably asking for it. Okay. Yeah, Dee Dee, my sister from another mother. Yes. Let me go back up just a little bit. When I was in college at band practice, when I tell you I looked down and had 12 mosquitoes sucking the life out of me at once, then I saw it was a cloud in my, it was crazy. It was like they just came after me like, this shit, like it was horrible. It was horrible. Do coffee grounds change the pH in your soil? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They make the soil a little bit more acidic. I do believe, don't quote me on that, y'all, but I do believe that is true. Yes. But coffee grounds are great. Coffee grounds are great. Some people only fertilize their soil with coffee grounds and eggshells. Okay. Citrus trees love coffee grounds and eggshells. And yeah, so yes, it will change the pH. Um, them skeeters flock to me like a golden corral buffet. That was great. Oh yeah. Yes, it's so true. The skeeters, I mean, honey, like I was a golden crown. You're right. Like I was a golden crown buffet. That was great, Miss Full Roller. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. Um, let's see. Yes, it is every Starbucks, Joshua. Yes, every Starbucks. Well, and then I take that back. I take that back. The Starbucks stores do it, but I ask for, let's see, where was I? What store was I in? Target. I was in Target one time and they had a Starbucks and they said they did not do it. They were aware that the company does set out coffee grants for gardeners, but they just didn't do it at that location. So yeah, you just have to, I mean, if you don't see them, just ask, but they're free. Free. They're going to throw them in the trash anyway. And you get the coffee grounds and the filters, everything. And the filters are fine. Just dump it. The filters would decompose. It's just paper, okay? So it would just use it all. Don't try to pick out the paper filters. Don't do that. Just dump it all. Yeah. I do have a few videos on composting. If you check out my videos and then I have a playlist, okay, of videos, but check out the composting playlist. It's not a whole lot of stuff, but yeah, the basics. Again, I'm a beginner gardener, so I'd like to inform other beginner gardeners, but I'm learning as I go. But yes, um, for free, go to Starbucks and get those coffee grounds. Mine was given to me as a gift. Yes, I always cover any green waste with leaves. My open pile and burring in place still drew rodents, but my husband does feed the birds. So maybe that is why that is attracting them. Yes. And it can. But my experience is I don't have a lot of, I've never come outside and seen my trash can, with my compost in it turned over. Never. And at the most I've seen a bird on, like, hanging out on top of it. Okay. But and maybe a squirrel coming out of it, but it's never been turned over. It's never been affected by rodents that are big and crazy. And I don't have a flock of possums or a herd or whatever it's called. I don't know what a group of possums is, or raccoons or anything like that on my property. Mm-mm, no. But I'm also in the city, so if you live in the country or on the outskirts, the suburbs or something, it might be a little different. Okay. You might be attracting, like, if you got deer and stuff coming. Yeah. Yeah. It could be different. Again, where based on where you live. Hmm. Thank you, Joshua, for joining us. Yes, I'm about to get on here off of here as well. Hey, Gardener Realtor, good to see you. So, we were just talking about the fact that I have type O blood, and how in the garden, it's not very helpful because I tend to get ate up by mosquitoes, and there's reasons for that. So please go back and watch the rest of the live. I also learned that mosquitoes are attracted to carbon dioxide, and everybody that is a human or that breathes omits carbon dioxide. We breathe in oxygen, and when we exhale or breathe out, we omit carbon dioxide. And so, actually, the bigger you are, the more carbon dioxide you emit into the environment. And so that's why typically adults get bitten more too by mosquitoes than children. But mosquitoes love my baby. I don't they just be attacking her too. So I'm not sure what her blood type is, but they just be all over her, bless her heart. Mosquitoes love you too. Yes, they just be eating me up. And so yeah, those are just some fun facts. But and by the way, I mentioned lactic acid, that our body emits that, and that is, it's when you are active or eating certain foods. That's where that lactic acid comes from. And I don't know what type of foods it would be, but anytime you sweat, okay, your body temperature is elevated. You're going to give off this odor, okay? And part of that odor is made up of lactic acid, uric acid, and ammonia. And then we're breathing. So we also emit carbon dioxide. Mosquitoes are attracted to all these things, okay? So if you were just wondering, I was wondering, I did some research and now I understand. The myth that mosquitoes are not attracted to color is false, because I am a living witness of that. The darker clothes you wear in the garden, the more mosquitoes are attracted to you as well, because they can actually see color, apparently. And your hey Petals, good to see you. Sounds interesting about the lactic acid. I'll do some research about the foods that cause it. Thanks. Well, yeah, that's good. Do that research, and maybe let us even know, if you don't mind commenting. But when we eat, our body, when it decomposes food, and it takes energy to do that. So our body releases ammonia, for instance, all the time. Our liver, process our filters, everything. So it's definitely one of the number one organs in our body um, that gives off this chemical or gas or whatever it is, ammonia, okay, in your body. And so yeah, it's just um yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. So I have type O blood, and mosquitoes love me. It was good to see everybody. I love you all. We just have a crazy day here, and I'm excited to be able to talk to you all for a little bit and get to know some new folks in the live. Thank you all for joining us. Joshua joined us. I can't remember his full name. He's new. I think I've never seen him here, but it's really cool to see new people in the house. And Ernie Hatmaker, I'm so sorry I missed you. Welcome. I think you're new as well. She says, I think it's a she by the picture. I was bitten 3 times in 7 minutes. Oh, yeah. I saw your comment, but I didn't notice your name. So sorry. Ernie, welcome. It's good to see you here. And we try to do this at least twice a week. Last week, I was just popping up spontaneously. And that was kind of fun. That was kind of fun, but I had a lot going on. My editing stuff, y'all, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do to edit my videos. Good Lord. It's not easy finding something that you like to edit videos, but I'm putting them out, but they are unedited right now. I'm so sorry for that. But I enjoy doing live streams because it gives me some time to talk to everyone and see what's going on in your gardens. UT is in the house. Hey, UT, caught the last bit. Yes, yes. We're just talking about how if you have type O blood, you may be, pretty much, somebody said, a golden corral. buffet for mosquitoes, and it is true. I was just wanting to talk to everybody and share that with you. That if you do have type O blood, you do tend to attract mosquitoes more than someone with type A blood. And so how that relates to gardening, we're always in the garden. And this morning I couldn't even get my peas planted because I was getting ate up by mosquitoes. I mean, like 10, 20 of the, I mean, I felt like there was just a cloud of mosquitoes around me. I really wish I could have got that on camera. But y'all, I was so weirded out. Like I was just like, my skin was crawling. I was like, oh no, y'all not eating me up. So I was out of here. I was out. Yes. Medical fact, gardening realtor says, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of research been done, and everybody's pretty much saying the same things. That it's true. It's true. Try to wear light colors when you're in the garden. Again, around this time, it's getting rainy again. It's cooling down. The mosquitoes kind of like that too. They like those cool, damp area, surroundings. And so wearing long sleeves, I know it's 80 degrees, but that, make your choice. Get ate up or wear long sleeves. And then wear loose fitting clothes too, because that's another thing. Like I have on pants pretty much every time I go outside. If I have on a dress or something, I'm coming in from somewhere and I'm just real quick running out there, but I'm asking for it if I go out there with my legs showing. And I wear pants most of the time, but they're tight on me. They're like leggings or something. And the mosquitoes can still penetrate that. Okay. They get me all the time. They get me all the time. Angel is O and gets eaten up when camping and such. Had to have Rogaine to conceive kiddo. Yeah, like I mean, bad. And I don't really like to use the bug sprays, even the ones that say they're natural or organic. I don't really like those. I have put I mean not Crisco. I have put coconut oil on me before, but again, I've been in the shade because if you get in the sun, because I've done it when I was in the sun and I baked like a cake, honey. I was so crispy when I got came back in in the house. But if I put that on me, the coconut oil, the mosquitoes hit it, but it's so thick that they basically die. They drown in the oil. So then I would have like 4 and 5 mosquitoes, dead mosquitoes on my arm. So when I come in, I'd have to wash everything off. Like it, you know, I don't know. But if y'all have any tips or suggestions for keeping away mosquitoes in your garden, and maybe even repelling them from your bodies, please comment, okay, on the video, on this video, and let us know. I do know that herbs in the garden help with that. Marigolds, anything that's is lemony helps. So lemon balm, lemon basil, anything with a lemon scent, citronella plants. But listen, you really have to have a lot of that in order to repel mosquitoes. Just one plant here, 2 or 3 there is not going to do it. You have to really have a lot. Lavender is one of those plants as well that can help repel mosquitoes. But again, you have to have quite a bit in your garden and around wherever you sit. Like I would love to go sit on my front porch, and I do sometimes, but I can't stay out that long because the mosquitoes find me and they just eat me up. So rosemary, yes, rosemary, lavender, basil, mint, lemon balm, all the herbs pretty much are great at repelling mosquitoes. However, don't be so naive to think that you just have to have one plant, because it doesn't work out like that. It really doesn't. You have to have several. I mean, almost a whole full, that's why I'm interested in creating the rosemary hedge in my front yard, in that front garden bed next to my porch, and figuring out how to plant more herbs and stuff just sporadically throughout the garden, and even in the front yard, because I want to like just create this repel zone. Like, don't come over here, mosquitoes and whatever else critters don't like the smell of herbs and things like that. Yep. So yeah, you said you have all that and still get ate up. Yeah, it's true. I mean, you used to get ate the hell up. Yeah, it's crazy and it's frustrating because you feel like you just can't even be in your garden and enjoy it sometimes because you're always smacking and slapping and stuff and doing this and but that's part of being in nature. At the end of the day, that's not going to stop me from gardening though because I'll kill you. Okay, I will just have to take care of relocate is what some of them say. Yeah. Boots, yep, wearing boots is good too to cover up those ankles. Even if I had socks on, I would wear the tube sock. I have tube socks, y'all, and that still wouldn't help. They would still penetrate that. Vicks rub, a dab in the arms before going out works for me. No bites. And that makes total sense. It makes total sense. I don't like the smell of Vicks. But I understand that it could help. So I might try that as well. Good. Well, I thank you all again for joining me. I really appreciate that. Y'all have been wonderful. I love y'all. Y'all know I love y'all, and we have so much fun together. Look out for some videos and some more live streams this weekend. I will definitely go live again at least one more time this week. And thank you all to the new supporters that have joined the channel and are stopping by the house within the live streams and stuff. That is amazing. Thank you so much for your help. Please like, share, subscribe, watch the videos, y'all. Watch them and share them with people. I like to have fun. I like to have a good time. But I do want more people to, if I can help somebody, that would be great. So if you think that, if you have any suggestions for content, if you have questions, please put those and if I know the answer or have heard an answer, I will let you know. I'm not into, like, if I don't know, I'm going to tell you I don't know. But also, if I've heard it, I'm going to tell you I've heard it. If I haven't tried it, I'm going to tell you I haven't tried it. But I will suggest some things that I've heard. Okay. But thank y'all again, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye. Mm, 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 mm. As I try to get off of here because YouTube wants to do what they want to do. Yeah, catch you next time, UT. Yeah, UT's the pepper pusher, y'all. He be pushing out peppers. Did you like that, UT? He's a pepper pusher. He be pushing out peppers. That's all I got, y'all. Bye.